Hello and welcome to Ghost Chat and Other Paranormal Things. I'm your host, Electric Elisa,
And I'm Jody. Hello, everyone.
and today we thought, we'll just tackle the subject of quantum immortality because, why not?
Why not? Yes, let's.
Um, so what is that? Anyway, if you don't know, I didn't know until very recently what that meant. So here's a basic definition. It's a theoretical concept that suggests that a person's consciousness can continue to exist in a parallel universe after they die in this one.
That was easy. That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's simple enough.
Well, I could say it's based on the many worlds interpretation of
Ah,
quantum mechanics, which posits that every possible outcome of a quantum measurement occurs in a separate parallel universe.
okay.
Yeah, that's brain-breaking stuff.
Right, it is, though. Um, I have a definition. It's pretty simple. It's just a little bit longer, but it's still really simple.
Okay.
What it says is the theory of quantum immortality is a quantum physics theory that suggests that consciousness is semi-eternal and can continue to exist in parallel universes after death in this universe. The theory is based on the idea that when large objects interact with the quantum system, the timeline of history splits into multiple alternate branches, with both possibilities happening on different branches. Basically like close calls. When you have a close call, like a near miss traffic accident, your consciousness may shift into a parallel universe where you survived. In the parallel universe, your family and friends would be burying you, but you would continue on with your life. The process continues indefinitely, with your consciousness always finding a way into a timeline where you survived. However, quantum immortality doesn't guarantee true immortality because it doesn't address the possibility of physical decay or aging. Additionally, many physicists and philosophers of science say the theory relies on idealized circumstances that may be difficult or impossible to achieve in real life. So that's what I've got.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew. Whoops.
No, nor did I. Um so then I can get my mouse to cooperate here.
Yeah, I'm getting
Um
my. We have stories to read to you,
yeah,
folks.
but I have another one.
Oh,
So
let's hear it.
a criticism of quantum immortality is most experts believe that the experiment would not actually work in the real world.
Hmm,
Max
interesting.
Hagemark, I don't know who that is, but must be some brainy person, um, now believes that from their own point of view, the person in the thought experiment should not expect immortality. Since they die in some worlds, they afterwards exist in much fewer worlds than they had before.
Oh, wow. See, now that's fascinating to me.
We could go down through a whole entire
Rabbit,
wormhole, I think.
rabbit hole. Yep.
Or wormhole. I don't know why I
Yeah,
said that.
wormhole sounds better. Wormhole is kind of more along the lines of what we're talking about.
Yeah. But
But
yeah.
I've heard, of course, of quantum physics and quantum this and that, but never immortality
No.
until
No,
until we
no.
started reading about it. And there are lots of videos about it on YouTube as well.
So, yeah. So my mom, actually, I had brought this up to her the other day. We were talking about something else, but
Yeah.
and I was telling her about this, and she says, "Oh, I've thought of that before." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
And I'm like, "But hers was a little bit different because I was explaining to her briefly, like, okay, what the meaning is." Um, and she said she was thinking about it more. If you die in one world, you end up in another dimension
Yeah.
but not as the same person.
Ah, okay. See, I wonder if our souls have died before and we've woken up in this dimension. Maybe
Right?
we've already died, and I think it's probably goes over and over and over again, you know.
It's weird though because if so let's um think about this for a second. So if there are other parallel universes and if there are other you in parallel universes
Uh-huh.
and you die in one universe, how would you go into another one because there's already a you there.
Maybe there wasn't. I don't know. That's a good question. Unless there wasn't a you in that particular universe, and now there is. Maybe there's other universes. I don't know. How would you? You can't have two of you.
Oh. So would you merge in with that other individual?
Oh, maybe so. I have this like weird feeling that when we wake up, like in the morning when you wake up, you just died in another universe and now you're waking up. But merging sounds more makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't either. That's a good
You know,
thought.
I know. So while you're reading, I've got to look that up now.
I know. Anyway, but I've got a story that maybe
And
the
I
list
think you should share those
that I think
stories.
this is a story off of Reddit, and the user, I want to give them credit. If I can read this name, it says humble a can this ida 28. Okay, it's all one word, and it says my quantum immortality experience. Here we go. I have for sure died twice, quite possibly four times. Of the two, I'm very confident, and the first one happened in about 1998, and the other one in 2018 or so. The end. Just kidding. In the first instance, my best friend and I were driving gravel back roads in the middle of the night, 40 miles between towns in rural South Dakota. I was admittedly going far too fast, and we came over a small rise, and there was a T in the road where you could turn left or right, but straight forward was a driveway for a farmhouse. The driveway went for about half a block or so, and then transitioned into a cornfield. I remember saying, "Oh, phooey." That's not the right word, but that's what I changed it. And starting to slow down as we started flying through the very tall corn. It was late summer and the corn stalks were basically full grown. The sound of my car plowed over the corn stalks and into the field sounded like the most vicious hailstorm ever. The experience was completely overwhelming to the senses. The sights and sounds of flying headlong at high speeds into a fully grown, densely planted cornfield cannot be overstated. This is where things got weird. The next thing I remember was sitting at a stop sign where we would turn onto the main highway in the area. It was nearly completely silent with only the light hum of the engine creating any sound. This was at least several miles away from the field we had just flown into. My blinker was on to the left, and the car was just sitting with my foot on the brakes. Okay. The black of motion and dead silence was, for reasons unknown, also absolutely overwhelming. I felt extreme disoriented and discombobulated, and was honestly not certain how I'd come to this point, or was even concerned that perhaps I had blacked out or something. I was just not certain on how we arrived where we are currently sitting. At the point I did remember, I did. I'm sorry. At this point, I did not remember flying through that intersection or crashing through the cornfield. That memory was gone, either blocked or unremembered. I looked over at my friend again, said, "What the phooey?" He had a dumbfounded look on his face as well and shrugged his shoulders. And after a moment, he said, "I think we should go left." I actually got out of the car and found the northern star to make sure we would be turning on the correct direction onto the highway. I also surveyed the situation, grasping for some semblance of understanding. We were surprisingly close to the town I lived in at the time. In short order, we made it to my apartment and both crashed as it was 4 o'clock in the morning. We had a very long day. I was dead sober for the entire experience, but did not feel right, and I knew something was amiss. We got up the next day about mid morning and got back in my car to drive to my friend's town where he was attending college, which was about a 5 hour drive. We needed gas, and I stopped at a gas station to fill up and get other miscellaneous supplies. My car I was driving at the time was old enough to be using a bit of oil, so I almost always checked the oil. Again, at this moment, my memories of the cornfield and all that were completely gone. I popped the hood and went around to the front of the car to get to at the engine. I lifted the hood and glanced down. I've never been so absolutely baffled and immediately enlightened at the same time. A light breeze would have knocked me over. The engine compartment was almost completely chock full of corn stalks. My knees went weak and I became very, very heady and felt the that doesn't make sense. And I felt the perform several full spins. What? Okay. Once again, I very loudly and firmly explained what the phooey and called to my friend so he could come around in front of the car. The very instant I saw the corn stalks in the engine compartment, the entire accident flashed back to me. I don't remember the point of death, but I remember all the other details, including being very confused, sitting at the stop sign by the highway, and the brutal contrast between flying through the field and sitting still at the stop sign. My friend said to me, "Do you remember?" I said, "Yeah." We talked it over multiple times during our long drive, and we had the exact same memories. His memory also returned him to the second he saw the corn in the car as well. A couple of months later, I tried to drive the same back roads that we had been driving to find the intersection and the farmhouse and the driveway and the cornfield. There were a couple of very unique, specific details to the location where the accident happened. That doesn't make sense, and that should have made it very easy to recognize and find. I was never able to locate a spot like this on any of the roads anywhere around where we would have been driving. Microsoft had also just released their satellite imagery, and I scoured everywhere between those two cities, and I've never been able to find the location where we had our accident. I honestly don't think it exists in this timeline. The other time I was out in the middle of the night again in a very rural area during a thunderstorm to take lightning photos. I'm pretty sure that I saw the lightning bolt that killed me prior to the timeline jump. I remember sitting in the car and finishing my styrofoam cup of gas station coffee and hopping out of the car to smoke a cigarette and go pee on the gravel road. Most of the lightning was several miles to the west, and it wasn't even actually raining where I was parked. I was not worried about lightning safety at this point. Now, the very large power lines that take electricity to the town I was living in were right by this road. I've been pretty close to it a couple of lightning strikes. I'm no stranger. I remember getting that very powerful static feeling, and the hair in my head and on my arms started to stand up. I knew what was coming. I started to say, "Oh, phooey," reached for the door handle, and before I could even get my profanity out, I remember a profoundly huge snap sound and a blinding white light. The next thing I remember, I was sitting in my parked car with my nearly full cup of coffee in my hand. I remember thinking that I wanted to go smoke a cigarette and I needed to pee, so I chugged the lukewarm coffee and started to get out of my car. The second my feet hit the ground, I felt the most massive wave of deja vu I had ever experienced. I nervously glanced up beside the road to look at the power lines, but the spot I had stopped previously was about a mile down the road, and the power lines had turned a corner and not followed down the road at this point. I glanced down the road to what I thought was the spot I had previously been in, and just as I looked down the road, lightning struck the power line in multiple massive flashes, and I even saw the lightning bolt jump down to the ground under the power line. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I witnessed the very lightning bolt that killed me. I have a couple of other experiences where I'm pretty sure I died, but the situations were ambiguous enough that I'm not certain. So you're not. Oh, anyway, that was about it. He was just talking to somebody else that was in the chat about the experience. So that's two experiences that person had. That's bizarre.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird to think about.
Right, it is. You just wake up somewhere else where the accident may or may not have happened.
Yeah. It's just I don't know what to
Yeah.
think of that. Uh, I can't think of any having that experience at all, ever.
No, I don't think I have either. I mean, there's been a couple of experiences where I nearly died. I nearly drowned as a child, but unless I did drown and maybe I woke up in this universe, I don't know. We could have died several times and had no idea. We have no idea. I don't
Maybe.
know. I
Yeah.
remember it was what lake was that? Perry Lake. My dad had to jump in and come after me,
Oh no.
but I made it. I think. I guess we don't know for sure.
Yeah, it'll always be a question now.
Right. Nobody really knows. I mean, people have experiences that they discuss after they have a near death experience, but we don't really know.
No. I'm looking here to see. Huh.
Maybe our dads are in another universe right now. I don't know.
Maybe.
It could be.
Um, I have. There's a story here. Let's see.
Okay.
Um.
I'll make a little music until
So yeah,
you're ready. La la la
I'm
la la.
just seeing what I need to edit. So this person is writing that about 4 or 5 years ago they were working at a restaurant. Um, and usually they would work inside, but they had just started a special deal, so there was a sale on one of their menu items, and they needed someone to be outside to advertise. So um, this person volunteered to do that, and basically being a sign thrower, which
Oh,
I would hate being. Um,
yeah. Me too.
um, anyway, that was, obviously to get people inside. Well, one day while they were out there doing that, they saw a van coming straight at them. It jumped the curb and slammed into them, and they felt it crush against him and the electrical box controlling the streetlight. And they saw a quick flash as the traffic lights flick off and then black out. They gasp, and they're still on the corner as if nothing happened, no van or anything. They were a little shaken up, so decided to pack up and walk back to the store for a break. Walked no more than 15 feet away from the corner when they heard a crash. Looked back, and a van just hopped the curb into the electrical box, and he watched the traffic lights flick off.
Oh wow.
And they ended up taking that day off.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's pretty intense.
that is. I don't obviously wish a near death experience, but I'm curious what that would be like to experience something like that and wake up from it and realize later what had happened, how close you were.
Or just in general, that to have that kind of a flash of a memory,
Yeah,
or yeah, I can't imagine.
maybe they're intertwined in our dreams somehow. Our dreams are so weird sometimes.
Mhm.
Maybe the quantum immortality is somehow tied to that. Maybe when we dream, we're dreaming about an experience we actually had. They say that you're going into parallel universes. That's what some theory I heard somewhere.
Well, yeah, and it might be the one I saw something I don't know, the CIA,
Yeah,
something with the CIA and dreams, and they were saying that dreams are real,
yeah, yeah,
but I don't know about that.
yeah. I know you're skeptic. Yeah, it's interesting. I still wish we could. And I think they're doing this somewhere. Record our dreams. Now we're
Mhm.
getting off topic again, but record our dreams and watch them. Later because
Yeah,
our
they've been doing that.
have they okay because our
But I don't think
brains.
they've been very successful. Like the
Yeah,
picture that they're able to see is very, very grainy.
yeah, it would be. Uh, forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, but that would be interesting if our pillow. Our brains are not equipped to it. They don't let you remember that on purpose. I think because we have too many things we have to remember anyway, and so there's no room for dreams. Although we do remember them sometimes, obviously.
Right.
And a theory is that if you remember your dreams, it was a message. But I don't know. I'm actually skeptic about that because I'm like, that couldn't have been a message. That doesn't make any sense. If it were a message, it would make sense to me and what the message could be. So I just think usually you dream more vividly, I think, sometimes when you're about to wake up. I know that when I'm just dozing,
Mm-hmm.
just not really sleeping, I have really bizarre dreams, like fever dreams. But I know that when you're in REM, you have your deepest sleep in your dreams. But, you know, if you're dreaming right before you wake up, then you do usually remember it. Usually, I don't know.
REM the band, or do you mean
No,
REM?
rapid eye movement. Yeah, REM.
REM. Um, yeah, actually, I think I was telling you this the other day. I dream more now that Brian moved the bedroom around. He actually put the bed.
Oh, okay. Like he feng shuied it or something.
Yeah, he did that with the living room too.
Interesting. Sometimes depends on what position of my body I'm on. I usually sleep on my side, but if I happen to doze off on my back, I have nightmares. And I looked that up one time, and it says that's very common because your breathing is different on your back. What that
Mm.
has to do with nightmare, I don't know.
I
But
don't know
because
either because I haven't had that experience, and
no,
I wake up. You try to go to sleep in one way, but you wake up another a lot.
yeah, I've had that happen. I always think that aliens came and got me and put me back wrong or something. I don't know.
Maybe they did.
Perhaps I've had that.
Um,
I'm like I could have sworn I fell asleep on my right side. Why am I on my left side?
well, actually, we're supposed to be sleeping on our right side as opposed to the left side.
Yeah, because that's not the heart side, right?
Right.
Um, my that one side of me gets numb, not numb, gets sore. If I'm on one side too long, it's sore,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to flip or flop over
Because you're done cooking on one side.
on one side. Yes, exactly.
You got to flip it over because you're on the
Got
griddle. No.
yep, and then that side gets numb. Well, not really numb, but sore after a couple of hours. I got to flip to the other side, and I can't sleep on my back, but it's not very. I don't sleep very well on my back. The breathing isn't right.
Well, I think you're more apt to wake up and have to pee
Yeah, that's true because the way your
on your
bladder's
back.
laying.
Yeah, which is weird. But anyway,
That's
um,
true. Anyway, quantum immortality. Yes,
yes. So if anybody has had that experience, email us at the spooky sisters 666 at gmail.com.
that's right. We'd love to hear your stories. This is fascinating to me. I know about quantum this and quantum that, but my brain won't wrap around a lot of it. It's
No.
complicated, but I love the theories and listening to the
Hmm.
explanations, and especially the experiences people have, like with parallel universes and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting. Um, you know, years ago there was an article that they thought they found a parallel universe of Earth or something.
Huh? Okay,
But it was probably one of those things they just put out there, but it wasn't really true
could be. They're
because
probably
it
just
was,
trying to get people to listen to it or to click on it or whatever.
yeah, it was a long time ago. And obviously, we've never heard any more about that. So
Yeah,
I'm
not that we know of.
thinking, nah, not that
And
I
wasn't
found it too
wasn't
easy
the
to
I don't know what
believe.
this has to do with anything, but wasn't the Pope opening up some portals?
The Pope?
The Pope, yeah, the Pope was open. That sounds like a joke. The
It
Pope was
does.
opening up portals, but he was our Pope was opening up, not our Pope, but the
Really?
Pope. Yeah, the listeners probably know about this. I don't know, but
No.
if you look at the news or Google News or put in Pope portals, it says something about he was opening portals, and the
All
people
right.
are saying, "Well, don't watch it. Whatever you do, don't watch it." So I'm like, "Okay, I won't. That's scary.
Yes, you will. Come on.
I'm too scared now."
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like that
now I have to know what this is.
Pope portals. Um, it's like that movie that
I
scary
saw
movie.
something that came I just typed in Pope open and it says Pope opening holy door. Oh, there's the portal.
Yeah. Now you're gonna watch it. Oh
Let's see.
God.
Well, no, let me see. He opened the first of 5 holy doors signifying spiritual portals on Christmas Eve as part of ancient rituals that launched something. I'll have to click on it to read the rest. Um, well, there's nothing bad about it. It just says
Okay.
he's he will open a 5th sacred portal portal
Porthole.
portal in a Roman prison on the 26th of December, a gesture of hope that shows his ongoing closeness to detainees. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Well, nothing bad's happened so far that we know of, unless it happened and CERN went and restarted our universe again.
I think it's probably something they do all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's anything. Just it's symbolic
Yeah.
more than anything.
Anyway.
Um, yeah. I don't think hmm.
But yeah, if we have any listeners that have some experiences in quantum immortality, we want to hear about you. We will love to have you on the show, or at least
Yeah.
read your story. You can email us your story and we'll read it if you're a little shy and don't want to be on the show.
I know some people are shy.
That's okay. It's just a radio show. We don't show pictures or videos or anything, so we won't show your beautiful self on there.
Nope, we won't. Because it's all about listening.
That's right. It's a listening thing.
Listen. Um,
Just listen.
have you had any glitchy things happen?
Glitchy. I can't think of anything in particular. I wish I could. I wish I could come up with something interesting to listen to.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I'm still stuck on the things that how things maybe did happen to us and that we just don't know or remember. Woo! We might have been abducted by aliens and they erased our memory.
Then how do other people remember? And
That's
this
true. I
is
don't know.
this is my
Maybe.
question too. These people are remembering things.
Well, some of it I think is just silliness. I don't think it's true.
Mhm.
But people that I think that really do have an experience, maybe it didn't. They brains were able to overcome the memory erase. I don't know. We're able to remember anyway. I don't know. You think with their technology that they could do that without fault, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I think some people
Um,
are just crazy, but there are some that I think have had experiences. I believe some of them.
hmm.
Have you had any strange glitches?
Not not lately.
Hmm. Bummer. Those are so much fun.
I know. Like I can't even like I don't even have like shadow people coming here, which is fine. I don't want any.
Yeah, not that we
I
want
just
that.
want to put that out there. I don't
Not
want
that we
them.
want that or anything.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes I think I see things at night, but it could be just my mind playing tricks on me, so I don't really take it seriously. If I see
Mhm.
something, I'm in my dark bedroom at night scrolling on my phone and I'll see something out the corner of my eye, but I don't necessarily think it's anything. I don't take it seriously. But my mom has told me, though, I don't know if this is a glitch. I don't know what this is. My mom has told me that it sounds strange, but she said there are times when you're not here, you're not even home, or I know you're upstairs and I hear your voice say mom, and it's so clear. And I'm just sure I heard your voice. I've heard
Oh,
my name. I've heard my name being called, not called loud, but I've been in my bedroom dark at night. I'm the only one upstairs other than my cat. And I'll hear my name clear as day. Sometimes I don't know who the voice is, but that could be a ghosty thing. I don't know.
ooh, that's creepy. You should
Yeah.
see if you can record it.
I should leave something recording on. I never know when to turn the recorder on, when
I
it's going to
know.
happen. But
Well, yeah.
if I turned it on all night, I used to have a recording of my sleep. I had a sleep app that would record me talking or whatever I was doing.
Mhm.
And one time I thought I heard a man's voice, and it turned out it was just me snoring. Oh well.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. I was so
Yeah.
sure that I had
I
caught something.
yeah, I've seen those apps, but none of them work unless you pay. So,
Yeah, the one I had, it worked some things, but most of the cool features you had to pay for, and they're expensive.
mhm.
Nobody wants to pay whatever a week for that. You've got more important things to buy, like groceries.
Right, which are getting only more expensive.
You got to eat.
Ugh. Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes honestly, eating is kind of annoying. I wish I could just take a pill and be full.
Oh, I know. I've said that for years.
Really? You should invent
Yeah.
that. A pill that makes you
Yeah,
full.
I couldn't invent that. I'm not a scientist.
I know. But you're smart enough.
No, no, not. I
Well,
never had
hopefully,
I never had to take chemistry, so
yeah. I mean, we like the taste of food, of course. It's a
sometimes.
fun thing to yeah to taste if it tastes good. But there are times when I just don't have time to eat, or I just don't feel like it, but I'm hungry. That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
or you have to eat, but you're like,
You
"Mm,
have other things to do.
yeah,
You know, it takes time to sit down, especially to cook, which I hate. Anyway, we're off subject again.
I know."
Maybe in another parallel universe, I am a chef. I don't know.
And you love cooking,
And I
right?
maybe I love cooking. Some people just adore it. I don't know. I don't like it. Especially when you live alone, you cook for yourself. It's just
Oh, yeah.
pointless. It's just pointless.
Yeah, I don't like yeah, because I don't wanna make a big production for just me.
No, a big production. Dun, 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 dun. Music
Well,
starts playing, and fairies come out. La 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 la. While you're making toast.
Oh, yeah, or, you get out pots and pans,
Oh, I know. I
and
hate that. Sometimes I just want cereal. Something simple.
I've done that.
Yeah, I've had cereal for dinner. Or breakfast for dinner, you know.
Yeah,
Breakfast for dinner is great. But
but
anyway,
yeah
off subject
but,
again.
like but, like, a big production, like, you making, like, all the like, making a meat, making a side dish and another
Yeah,
side dish, like a vegetable and
all that.
huh,
It's just too much trouble. We've got a captive audience.
but, going back to the quantum
Subject at hand.
immortality, yeah, I've never had like, obviously, I've had accidents because when you're a kid, you have lots,
Sure.
and I never, like, had a situation that happened but then didn't happen.
Yeah. I haven't either that I know of that my brain's not letting me remember.
Right. I mean, certainly there were situations where it would have been nice if things didn't happen.
Right. Yeah. I just remember a near drowning. And the only other thing that I remember happening was just kind of strange was when I was little, well, young, and I needed aspirin. Mom told me to get some out of her purse. And I just found some little white pills at the bottom of her purse. I figured they were aspirin. But she said that probably was a prescription of hers that fell out of the bottle. She didn't know what I had taken. I didn't know what I had taken. I don't remember if my headache went away. Whoops.
Then what happened?
I don't remember. I was so little. I don't remember what happened. I just remember swallowing two little white pills. And my mom's like, "Well, did you get those out of the aspirin bottle?" And I said, "No, I just found them at the bottom of your purse." I was young and dumb. I was probably like 10 or something. And she's like, "Well, you have to get them out of the aspirin box. I don't know what pills those were. Those could have been prescription pills that fell out of my bottle or something." But I love stories like that. So hopefully our listeners have some too. So I want to hear them. Maybe there's some quantum immortality Facebook pages that we can join or something. We'll have to look for those.
Yeah. Um, another thing that it would be interesting, I don't know how we would find somebody for this, but remember the show that used to be on called The Ghost Inside My Child?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And the kids like were remembering another life they had?
Mm-hmm. I've seen that online too. I've seen kids
Yeah.
online talk about. There was one where a little boy was showed a picture because he'd reacted to it before. He said it was a picture like from the 1800s or even maybe the 1700s, and he said, "Well, that's me," and he pointed to it, and he was starting to talk about that person working for a mill or something like that. Something the boy would little boy would
Right.
never know.
Right.
He'd never know what a mill is or anything like that. But he was able to tell what that person did for a living and all this kind of stuff. And I would take my child pretty seriously if they started talking about that or
Well, yeah, that
or
would be
saying
weird.
yeah, that'd be
It's
cool if someone had an experience, any kind of experience like that would be interesting to hear.
is it that we're not supposed to remember that stuff? Or
I
And
wonder.
some kids, for whatever reason, do, because by the time happens is by the time they get to a certain age, they don't remember that.
That's true. They it's the innocence of being a child where your mind is more open. Maybe that's why I think children are able to see ghosts, or able to see more
Mhm.
things than we can see. Animals too, for that matter.
Yeah.
Their minds are more open, they're more receptive, and when you grow up, your mind is closed off to those things. I guess my mind isn't. I still want to see those things,
Do you
but
really wanna see them?
I don't know. It depends on what it is.
Right?
It
Because 'Cause
depends.
I'm like,
And do we really want to watch our dreams again? It depends what the dream was about. I don't
right.
want to watch my nightmare again.
Well, nightmares are just free horror movies.
That's true. That you star in.
Yeah.
That's true. Speaking of that, I'm going to do a plug. My mom wants to see the movie Wolfman. There's a movie called Wolfman coming out next year in just a few days. It's almost the new year, and she wants to see it. I said she saw the trailer. I said, "Mom, it looks a little gory." She's not into gory. She's like, "I don't care. I want to see it." So anyway, there's a plug for the Wolfman 2025, and nobody that I've ever heard of is in it. There's nobody famous in
Yeah.
it. It might be one of those
Um,
flops, but maybe it's good. I don't know.
I don't know. They remade Nosferatu.
Yeah, I saw the ads for that. I kind of want to see that.
I don't know. I saw the original,
Well, I'm
which was
probably
very, very different
yeah.
because it
I might not
was
be able.
silent, I think.
Yeah, yeah. My brain
But,
might not be able to wrap around that. I don't know.
uh, you know, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, but speaking of dreams as horror movies, remember I had that one about the alien
Yeah.
coming in, and my dad was alive, and I was in the old truck, and I don't
Oh,
know where he was because we were supposed to like meet in there to stake out for aliens, and then like they came, but I was by myself,
yikes.
and I was like crawling down in the front, which it was a bench seat because it's an old truck, which wasn't the last truck he had, but and hiding and hoping
Yeah,
they didn't find me, and that was several months ago. I don't remember when,
that's kind
but
of scary.
yeah, that's what happened when I took melatonin.
Oh, you get weird dreams.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean that was, but when I told people about that dream because it was so vivid,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, that's creepy,"
Yeah, it is though.
and it was. But then afterwards, it was like, "Oh, it was like a movie."
Yeah. That's why I wish we could record them so we could turn them into a movie. That'd be a good. Someone's going to steal my idea. That would be a good premise for a movie, though. Recording dreams and then replaying them, and maybe the dreams are a curse or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Just
yeah, the dreams unleash something. The
yeah.
things that were in your dreams.
Don't steal our idea, people. Somebody's going to do it. We're going to see a horror movie next year. That's what we came up with.
Yeah, copyrighted
Yeah, we copyrighted that.
2024 December. What is the date?
20
29.
29th. It
Yeah,
is almost the new year, folks. Woohoo.
yeah.
I'm not making any resolutions because none of them come true. I don't keep them, so to hell with it. You could
Resolution free.
resolution free year. Just be kind to us, 2025. I've put that out into the universe. I manifest that. Be kind to us, 2025.
Yeah, we don't want any random weird things like,
Oh, God, no.
flying sharks with steak knives.
Oh, God, no, Liz. Or flying spiders with machetes. Please, no. Please, no.
Yeah, or like those spiders from Australia coming over here.
Oh, God, walking over here. Let's take a walk over to the U.S.
They're so big too.
Oh, my God, they're horrible. I'm scared. That's the only thing. I'm not bothered by roaches or maggots, whatever. They're just bugs. But
They're
spiders,
gross.
I can't. They're gross, yes. Spiders, I can't handle. I'm terrified of them. Ooh.
What
Nope.
about good spiders?
Oh, even those scare me, like daddy long legs or whatever. Ew, good spiders. What's an example of a good spider?
um, I don't know, just your common house spider, I guess.
Oh, they still scare me. I'm just a chicken.
They take care of bugs.
Yeah. Well, if I could, ugh, I would probably try to catch it and take it outside. I really don't want to kill anything. I'm one of those people that try not to kill anything.
Yeah.
But I'll try to take it outside, but I don't know. It depends what it looks like.
Yeah.
Not a fan. But anyway, quantum immortality stories. Tell us your stories. I'm going to put something on Facebook about that.
Okay.
Email
But
us at,
everybody, you'll have to probably put an explanation of what
yes,
it
I'm going to
is.
do that because people might not know. I didn't. Uh, Email us at the spooky sisters 666 at gmail.com, which we've already said, but just putting that out there.
Yeah, I noticed that it cut off the at gmail.com last
Oh,
time, and I don't know why.
oh, that's weird. Okay.
It was weird. But anyway, who knows?
Anywho, good to know.
So, yeah, we do have more shows coming up. We're going to have more guests. We just need to schedule those, and you know,
Yep.
probably I am guessing we will see you next year.
We will. Everyone have a safe New Year's Eve. I'm going to stay home, probably not even be up till midnight.
Yeah, that's a likely scenario here.
Not ever been my thing to celebrate New Year. I'll wake up and it'll be 2025 and I'll forget to write it. I'll write it wrong for a few weeks and then I'll figure it out. I can't
Yeah.
believe it's time's going so fast.
Yeah, I know. Like there was something about what was supposed to happen in like 5 years.
Oh hell, I don't know. Could be a lot of things. Hopefully nothing terrible.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions you want to make for 2025?
We're probably going to be see some more drones slash UFOs. Not necessarily alien UFOs, just unidentified flying objects. I think we're going to see a lot more of those.
Mhm.
Um, I don't foresee an alien invasion or anything, but I think we'll definitely see some more UFOs. A lot of them are just so grainy, I can't tell what they are.
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard. Some of them, they could be balloons, they could be drones. I would like a drone. I want to take some pretty pictures of some
Well, I
nice
mean, you could
scenery.
get one.
Yeah, they're not very expensive now.
Mm-mm. You could even order one off of Temu.
Off the Timu or off the Zon, as I like to call the Amazon.
Oh, yes.
The Zon. What about you? Do you have some predictions for 2025?
Um, yeah, no. I
Nothing.
I
More
don't
the same.
really. Yeah, I think you're right though with the drones. I think there'll be more of those. I
Yeah.
think they'll taper off about March, maybe. Could
Yeah.
be mid-February too. And
Yeah.
then
People probably get bored with them. We're just not surprised by anything anymore. We're so desensitized
we are.
about these
We
things.
are.
We're like, oh, an alien spaceship, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Even
Okay,
if we,
well let's just leave it alone.
yeah, just leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Don't bother it. Don't make
Yeah,
it mad.
don't make it. For God's sake, don't make. It's like the hornets that were coming around, the wild
Oh.
hornets. Don't touch them. Don't make them mad. Just leave them alone. They leave you alone. We'll leave them alone.
I mean, Africanized bees are here.
Oh, great. Did you see that on your bingo card?
I mean, they've been here.
Oh, have they? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you just hope you don't make them mad, I
Yeah.
guess.
Just mind your own business. Leave them
There's
alone.
good bees too, but um, you know, the problem is if the African ones take over
Yeah.
the regular bees, then
Well,
uh,
hopefully you won't get stung and hopefully you're not allergic.
well,
Uh,
they're probably where you are too.
oh, I'm sure they are, yeah. In the desert, I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll probably come out in the spring or summer. Christmas is over. I'm glad. I wasn't really not really into it. I haven't had the Christmas spirit in years.
Yeah. Well, I think when you get older and if you don't have kids,
Yeah.
that's why.
I like to see the pretty
That's
lights and everything, but other than that, I could care less about Christmas.
yeah. Our neighbors, a lot of them had lights up and displays and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Ours too. We just had some stuff on the inside. A couple of
We didn't
little
even
fake
get that
trees.
far this year. There
I didn't
was
send out Christmas cards or anything. My mom
I
did.
didn't. I
You didn't?
forgot. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
realized it like a few days before. I'm like, well, it's a little late now.
yeah. To hell with it. They're just cards. Everyone knows how
um,
I'm doing.
but I do have cards to send out, so maybe next year.
Yeah. We always
And
say that.
then
We'll see.
yeah, I think I managed to send out some last year. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think anything else I can think of that might happen next year.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of talk right now about the end times.
Right.
Um, I don't think the world is going to end next year.
No, I don't. I
There's my
don't.
prediction.
I don't have good. That's good. I don't have a feeling like that either. I'm sure
um,
eventually it'll happen. I just don't even see it happening in our lifetime, to be honest.
right.
I don't know. I mean, we never know, but who
Um,
knows?
I saw something the other day. It was a video. I didn't watch it, but it said that we know who the Antichrist is.
Ah,
And I'm like, okay.
yeah,
Probably not, but
yeah. Who knows? Everyone's
yeah.
got a theory about everything.
Yeah. Um, do you think we'll have aliens visit us like in our time?
I think that's possible in our time. I think they're already here. They're just they look like us, or they can look like us. I think they've always been walking amongst us. They could be in another dimension where they're here, but we don't see them. Um, but I don't think next year, but I think in our lifetime that's very possible that
Mhm.
we'll get introduced to them, because I believe they exist. I
Mhm.
believe in UFOs and aliens. Um, and I think they just. I mean, I wouldn't want to come down to Earth if I were them. We're a very violent society.
Yeah.
So we're kind of scary. But I think there'll be some disclosure. Is that the right word? Disclosure?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I do know that the most Earth-like planet that they found, which is like 20 years away,
Uh huh.
Proxima b, their sun is not as strong as ours, and they they don't rotate like we do.
Oh.
So one side stays warm or
Uh huh.
really warm, and the other side is in darkness.
Hmm.
So it'd be really cold.
What planet is this? Is this Mars?
Proxima b.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know.
So is it habitable? Mm, they don't know.
Maybe we'll find out soon.
It was the one most likely or closest to being like Earth, but um, they're not sure if it's how that, you know, darkness and lightness difference,
Yeah. Hmm.
would enable there to be life.
Yeah. And
Could
hopefully there's
something,
oxygen.
well, that too, but they
Breathing
believe
is
there's
good.
water.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so if there are other life forms, um, they could totally not even look like what we would think, because
True.
we're thinking about things in our frame of reference.
Mm-hmm.
So we're assuming that they have two arms and two legs
Mm-hmm.
and a head
Yeah.
and eyes
And a little slit for a mouth, and
and
like
a nose.
little holes for nose. The pictures that
Right.
they draw,
Hmm.
big heads with big eyes, and little nose and little mouth.
But
But
it may not look anything like that.
could be completely different.
What if they're see-through?
Oh, see, that's another thing. They could be walking right by us and through us, and we don't even know. They're
Right.
probably laughing at us because we're so weird.
um they could look like a little bug. They could
Yeah.
look like little things that you see under the microscope, and you
Hmm.
can't see them unless you look under the microscope.
Well, and now they think the theory is that they live underwater,
Hmm.
that there's some underwater land, because there is the deepest part of the oceans where we have no idea what's even under there.
Yeah,
Um.
I heard that years ago from
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
um so I mean, it could just look like you know uh bacteria.
That's true. There's a theory that octopus are aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
Yeah, they are bizarre creatures. I've never seen one up close in person.
No, I have a cousin that used to have one.
Oh, wow. They're very
and it
intelligent.
was always trying to get out of the
Ooh,
tank.
they're kind of creepy. They're like big spiders with suction cup.
Well, um, they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
I don't for some reason one of I think it was my mom's mom. I think she used to make octopuses for us.
Oh, like little knitting things.
Yeah,
Oh, how cute. They are cute like that when they're like
they're
stuffed
really
animals or whatever. But if I saw one, I wouldn't go. Wouldn't get too close because they spit on you or something. I don't
well.
know.
There's different kinds and there's different sizes.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's their heads. They're weird heads that bobble around. They kind of freak me out.
they look like
Ugh.
light bulbs,
I know.
and they are smart. So,
Very smart. Yeah.
um, I think it, I don't know, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think they're scary.
What, octopus or aliens?
Octopus.
Yeah, I don't think they would hurt you or anything. They want
Well,
you.
I
They
mean, they could if they wanted to.
Yeah. They would probably like to be left alone. I'm happy to
Yeah,
oblige. That's fine with me. I don't want to mess with one anyway.
but which made me think of the seahorse.
Those are weird too. And did you know that seahorse, the male, gives birth?
Yes,
That's very weird. He carries the eggs, I guess,
yes.
and he gives birth. Ha ha.
He's not the only one. Like, there's a forget what it was. I just watching this the other day. There's another animal. They transfer the eggs or something
Oh,
to the male.
Google will tell us. You know what we have?
And
What I just thought of. We should do sometime. We'll get some listeners in here by having a contest. We'll have to think of a good contest. I just brainstormed that.
okay.
We'll have to think of some kind of contest and some kind of prize. I'll mold this over, listeners. We'll come up with something good for you after the new year.
Um, Speaking of the seahorse, did you hear that? Do you remember a seahorse being on the emojis?
Oh, kind of. Vaguely,
I
yes.
do. Well, apparently it was never there.
No way. Not That's a glitch in the matrix. Or a
Yeah,
Mandela effect.
Mandela.
Huh. Now that's weird. I'm gonna have to look for that because I do remember something about that.
I remember using it.
Yeah, they did prove our friend Joe Gillespie did prove that the Monopoly man had a monocle.
Oh, we
Monopoly,
did?
yes. I'll have to find the video and show it
Oh,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna find it. Joe will help me find it. But he went and did some digging and he found an old game, a picture of a game or something, or a go directly to jail card or whatever, where he
Okay.
had a damn monocle. And Monopoly claims that no, they never did.
Maybe because the original makers of it died.
Maybe, and they didn't
I don't
reveal that
know.
it had a monocle. I don't know, but Joe found one.
Yeah. It was the same with the Fruit of the Loom.
Right, I know they had a cornucopia, and in
It
fact,
did. And he found he said that lady had found a
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, there was a cornucopia. Anyway, Mandela effects are fascinating too.
Yeah. And the Walt Disney, the Tinkerbell
I
one.
remember you
Have you
saying
seen?
that. Yeah,
Yeah. That's so weird.
that's a very weird one. Well, folks, so yeah, quantum immortality. Let us know if you've had any experiences. We'd love to hear them.
Or anything that we've talked about today.
Yeah,
Or any ghosts.
or any ghosts, or do you have a pet octopus? We want to hear about it. We want to know. Like and
We
subscribe and
want to
all.
know.
That's right. Like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yep.
All
And
right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll be back after the new year has begun.
That's right.
We got some guests coming up. This is a surprise. All right, folks. Ta-ta for now. TTFN.
Yes. Yes. Laters.
Bye.